Attorney General Levi Peter expressed concern that the public does not understand the gravity of the reporting restrictions in place to protect both victims and perpetrators in sexual offences cases. Peter also expressed concern that members of the public are criticizing the present government for making amendments to the Sexual Offences Act in order to protect its own interests.
In light of some of the discussion that I've heard suggestions and I've heard it being said that the current government has made amendments to the legislation so as to accommodate members of the government and its supporters, particularly in light, for example, of reporting restrictions and so forth. And I think it's important to emphasize that the reporting restrictions that you and myself and everybody else operates under at the moment are contained in the 1998 Act.
Peter went on to suggest that blaming any one administration for shortcomings of the Act is unfair, since each administration will make changes based on the evolution of society.
You know, that Act, the Sexual Offences Act, was passed in the time of a previous regime. It's not the current regime in terms of political colors. And clearly, I don't think that it would be appropriate or fair to seek to lay blame or seek to castigate the regime, the political party, the government that was in power when the 1998 Act passed, because perhaps today we get to a point where we feel there are areas that it could be improved. And so too in another 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever years' time, if further amendments are to be made, it would not be appropriate to lay blame at this government. We are
And Peter made his remarks during a briefing to highlight the suggested amendments to the Sexual Offences Act that will be presented to Cabinet. Under Section 1 of the Act, it is illegal to disseminate any information that leads to the identity of persons involved in a sexual offence case.